Hello, folks. This is Joe from MIGeekScene. I'm at the Great Lakes Fur Con. I'm standing right next to Steven from Blind Coyote. What did you say, Blind Coyote Studios or just Blind Coyote?
Either works. Blind Coyote Studios is my studio name that I've been going under. Blind Coyote is just the artist name that I've branded myself as.
Fair enough. When I was walking around at this convention, I passed his booth and I was just floored by his artwork, which I'll link to later on, actually in the description of this. But he has amazing artwork. He specializes in fantasy and creative illustration. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And a lot of the artwork that I see on your booth, at least through your booklet, and I know that's not all the stuff that he has, so at least here, is furry related.
That's correct.
Well, how did you get into this? I mean, what are your influences? I'm pretty sure you dug art ever since you were a kid.
Well, a lot of my influences range from a lot of the stuff that we grew up with. Darkwing Duck used to be my favorite show growing up. Ducktales, love that show. Animaniacs, all those shows by Warner Brothers. Those were the sole core of my childhood. And of course Disney. But yeah, a lot of that draws back to that. More recent influences include Bobby Chew, Scott Robertson, a whole bunch of modern and not so modern pop icons who have worked in the art industry.
All right, a little bit off the side. It has nothing to do with the main interview, but did you see that Animaniacs has been brought to Netflix?
Yes, I am so happy. And Ducktales.
Really?
Ducktales is coming back.
Oh, I have to say, one of my favorite episodes is when they went to Anvilania and Perry Como, but I know it wasn't Perry Como singing the Anvilania theme song. So.
Oh yeah.
But nonetheless, what are the general themes that you like to focus on when you're doing your illustrations?
A lot of my illustrations definitely have a more symbolic, more spiritual theme. It's something that I find very intriguing, especially researching folklore, religion, and just that whole ideology worldwide, and bring it together in one image that people worldwide can come behind.
All right. Now, do you find that when you're drawing furry-related or anthropomorphic, is that the word?
Yes, sir.
When you're doing that sort of artwork, is that more difficult than drawing, and forgive me for being ignorant, human characters?
Yes, because we as human are more apt to identifying people through very minute changes in the face. If you put people are not as different as we make them out to be, but our brains are trained in a way so that we can tell them apart. So if a little something is different, one eye is shifted more than other, that can look off. With animals, you don't have that. You can create and you do what you please, and it still passes.
So what's your favorite thing about doing furry-related art, since I guess I'm going to keep it furry-related for the sake of this interview, since we're at a furry convention? What is your favorite thing about that process?
It's definitely different. It's just something that people grew up with in the talking animals in movies and cartoons. And it's fun, it's different, and just people like seeing it a lot of times. It's maybe different than what they see other artists do, but hey, it's unique, it's whimsical, and heck, it's just different.
All right, what is it about the fantasy realm that appeals to you, since you do a lot of, well, I guess no pun intended, fantastical artwork?
Oh, a lot of the fantasy is, I used to read a lot when I was growing up. A lot of Tolkien, a lot of Harry Potter, and that type of stuff is what I grew up reading. I used to be a voracious reader, and so I love exploring new realms. I love world building. I love exploring different possibilities. So a lot of it comes from that.
All right, and as we're wrapping this up, if people wanted to, well, actually, no, scratch that, folks. There's something else that you mentioned to me before we got on camera that you wanted to branch out into. What is it that you wanted to branch out into?
Yeah, a lot of something what I like to branch out into is children's illustration, and book covers and stuff like that. I loved reading growing up, so a lot of picture books when I was learning reading. So because of that, it's like I want to give back and go into children's illustration and the like.
Was there any particular children books that stood out to you when you were growing up?
Oh shoot!
Stunned them.
Oh yeah, there's quite a bit. A lot of them were definitely the different local legends and spoke out, and like the Sleeping Bear Dunes books, a lot of the local ones. Like I loved. Shoot. Give a mouse a cookie or something
Okay.
like that book. I grew up reading Hungry Caterpillar.
Okay.
Like those type of books. And they're fun, and they're whimsical. And they really give a message.
Okay. And if people wanted to find out more about you online, where could they find you at?
They can find me in blindcoyote.carbonmade.com. That's my main website. Also, DeviantArt is another site. Twitter, Facebook, and pretty much Blind Coyote is what I've branded myself as. So if you see Blind Coyote something, it's probably me.
And for your fans out there, and I know you have some because there's no way you'd be cranking out this much artwork on your booth and no one was buying your stuff. Where can they find you at? I mean, no, not where can you find it at. What would you like to say to them?
It's like, thank you for supporting me. Like, I could not do this without you guys. For 5 years, it's like I got into this, and it's been one crazy ride, and don't regret any point of it.
All right, well, folks, this is Joe at the Great Lakes Fur Con, standing next to Steven from Blind Coyote. Take it easy.